Welcome to this cooking demonstration for chicken paprikash. This is a Hungarian dish. I was born in Hungary and I grew up with my mother and aunts cooking this dish quite often. So I decided I'd like to make it myself. So I got a recipe for chicken paprikash from the internet. It happened to be actually a Weight Watchers recipe. Not that that's what I was looking for, but that's what I was able to find. So actually this Weight Watchers recipe has several nice features to it. One thing, it calls for using boneless, skinless chicken breasts as opposed to just using whole pieces of chicken with the skin on it. So it's lower in fat and calories if you're interested in that. Also, it's got quite a bit lighter sauce. The traditional recipe would have quite a heavy sauce, as a lot of Hungarian dishes do. Now, we've made one alteration to this recipe ourselves. The recipe calls for using egg noodles as a side dish, and we've adapted it to use green beans actually as the side dish. My wife is really into healthy cooking, and doing this is a concession to her since she doesn't like to have a lot of carbs. So this is how we do it. Now, I've gone ahead and cut up most of the ingredients to save us some time. So if you come and take a look, these are the ingredients we're using. I have one red onion all chopped up, also green pepper that's chopped up, and we have about 8 ounces of mushrooms cut up, and one tomato sliced up. And the last ingredient, we have about 2 tablespoons of fresh dill that you add at the end. So other than that, we have the chicken breasts. It's about 20 ounces of chicken breast, 2 fairly good sized chicken breasts. I've gone ahead and sliced these up into 1-inch square pieces, and that's what's here. I've also sprinkled some salt and pepper all over them. So these are the ingredients that we're going to use. Stop. Okay, we're ready to add the chicken now to our pot and start browning and cooking it. But before that, I just want to mention that this is a very easy dish to make. It doesn't call for many ingredients, and the whole thing from start to finish takes less than an hour. So it's an ideal for a part-time cook like myself. So we're going to go ahead and add in the chicken to the pot. You can hear it's already starting to cook. And we're going to just brown it for about 3 minutes, just until it starts to get brown. So, okay, now that the chicken's cooked for about 3 minutes and starting to get brown, we're actually going to transfer it back out to a plate. That's what I'm doing right now. And as soon as the chicken's out, I'm going to go ahead and add in the onions and the green peppers. First, I'll add in 1 more tablespoon of oil to it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Add 1 tablespoon of oil. And I'm going to add in the onions and the green pepper. Stir it all up, and we're going to cook this now for about 8 minutes, stirring it pretty much continuously or occasionally so it doesn't burn. So we'll be back in 8 minutes once it's pretty well. Okay, we've cooked the onions and green pepper for about 8 minutes, and they're nice and soft and getting brown. So we're going to now add 2 tablespoons of paprika. Generally, I use Hungarian paprika. This is an important step because this is a key ingredient in this dish, as it is in many other Hungarian dishes. So I use Hungarian paprika, and particularly this one is from the city of Szeged, which makes the best paprika in Hungary. You don't necessarily need to use that. So let me add in 2 tablespoons. And then you stir it up as much as you can. And then I add 1 tablespoon of flour. stir that all in too. And now make sure you stir it all up. And just let it cook like this for about a minute. That's what we're doing now. And after it's nicely mixed and cooked for a minute, I'm going to add a can of chicken broth. It's a 14.5-ounce can of chicken broth. And we'll add that just slowly, so and then keep stirring as we add, mix it in. Just stir the whole time. So now that's all added in, and we're going to keep cooking this now until it comes to a boil. Okay, now that the mixture's come to a boil, we're going to add in the mushrooms. We're also going to add in the tomato. Mix it all in, and then cook for about 3 minutes. Okay, now that the mushrooms and they were cooked for 3 minutes, we're going to add in the chicken. Add back all the chicken. And we're going to cook this now for about 10 minutes, or until the chicken is nice and well cooked and soft. So it'll... Okay, now that it's cooked for 10 minutes and the chicken is nicely cooked through, we just have the final step, which is to add the dill in and mix it all in. And we're going to just continue to cook this just for about a minute, but basically we're pretty much done now, so you could take a look at what it looks like. As you can see, it has a nice reddish color, and basically, this is a recipe for 4 people. With my wife and I, we usually have it, I usually cook it Sunday and have it for dinner Monday and Tuesday nights. And it's a very tasty dish, and it's a very comforting dish in these difficult times. And I really look forward to having this every Monday and Tuesday night. And it's not as though I don't look forward to my wife's other dishes. I thought I needed to add that because he's right here filming this, but thank you for watching.